Once, nestled in the heart of the serene countryside, stood an old Victorian mansion known as Blackthorn Manor. Legend had it that the manor harbored a dark secret, a tale whispered by the wind and carried through the rustling leaves of the surrounding woods. Its history was marred by tragedy, and its walls echoed with the ghosts of the past. In the late 1800s, Blackthorn Manor was the residence of the affluent Sinclair family. The patriarch, Reginald Sinclair, was a wealthy industrialist, and his family enjoyed a life of opulence within the grand walls of their ancestral home. However, the happiness that seemed to radiate from the manor was but a facade, for within its shadows lurked a sinister tale waiting to be unveiled. It was a stormy night when tragedy struck the Sinclair family. The youngest daughter, Eleanor, a delicate flower in her prime, was found lifeless in her room. The cause of her demise remained a mystery, shrouded in whispers of foul play and untold secrets. The grieving family sealed Eleanor's room, leaving it untouched for decades, a macabre shrine to the lost innocence that once graced Blackthorn Manor. As the years passed, the grandeur of the manor faded, and its halls echoed with emptiness. The Sinclair family line dwindled, and the once proud mansion fell into disrepair. Local villagers spoke in hushed tones about the unsettling aura that surrounded Blackthorn Manor, claiming to have heard the weeping of a young girl on stormy nights. Enter Emily Thornton, a paranormal investigator with a penchant for solving mysteries that eluded the grasp of the living. Her reputation preceded her, and tales of her exploits had reached the ears of the current owner of Blackthorn Manor, a distant relative of the Sinclair family seeking to restore the mansion to its former glory. Intrigued by the prospect of unraveling the mysteries within Blackthorn Manor, Emily embarked on a journey that would test her resolve and challenge her understanding of the supernatural. Little did she know that the shadows cast by the forgotten past would cling to her very soul. The iron gates creaked in protest as Emily pushed them open, revealing the long-forgotten path leading to Blackthorn Manor. The air hung heavy with the scent of damp earth and the musty fragrance of decaying leaves. The mansion loomed ahead, its windows staring like vacant eyes into the depths of the investigator's soul. As Emily stepped into the grand foyer, she felt a chill run down her spine. The air was thick with a silent tension, and the only sound that broke the stillness was the soft echo of her footsteps against the ancient floorboards. Dust motes danced in the dim light that filtered through cracked windows, creating an otherworldly ambiance. Determined to unlock the secrets of Blackthorn Manor, Emily began her investigation. She meticulously explored each room, her senses heightened to the slightest anomaly. The portraits on the walls seemed to watch her every move, their eyes following her with an intensity that sent shivers down her spine. The sealed room that once belonged to Eleanor Sinclair beckoned to Emily like a forbidden enigma. She approached it with caution, her gloved hand hesitating before she turned the handle. The door creaked open, revealing a room frozen in time. Dust-covered furniture adorned with faded lace and delicate porcelain dolls adorned the space, creating an eerie atmosphere of a bygone era. As Emily delved deeper into her investigation, strange occurrences began to unfold. Unexplained whispers echoed through the corridors, and the temperature in certain rooms plummeted without warning. Shadowy figures danced at the periphery of her vision, disappearing when she turned to confront them. Late one night, Emily set up her equipment in the heart of the mansion, hoping to capture evidence of the supernatural. The air was charged with anticipation as she called out to the spirits that lingered in the shadows. Suddenly, the temperature dropped, and a soft voice whispered her name. Emily felt a cold breath against her ear, sending a shiver down her spine. "I am Eleanor," the voice spoke, a gentle and mournful melody. "Help me find peace." Emily's heart raced as she realized the spirit of the long-lost Sinclair daughter was reaching out to her. Determined to unravel the truth, she delved into the history of the Sinclair family, discovering long-buried secrets that cast a dark shadow over Blackthorn Manor. Reginald Sinclair, the patriarch, had been involved in clandestine dealings that led to the downfall of his family. Eleanor, the innocent victim, had inadvertently discovered her father's nefarious activities. Fearing exposure, Reginald took drastic measures to silence his daughter, orchestrating her untimely demise and sealing her room to conceal the truth. As Emily uncovered the layers of deception, she became entangled in a supernatural struggle between the lingering spirits and the malevolent force that held them captive. Determined to free Eleanor's soul and expose the sins of the past, Emily embarked on a perilous journey through the ethereal realm that existed within the walls of Blackthorn Manor. The mansion came alive with spectral energy as Emily navigated the labyrinth of forgotten memories. She encountered apparitions that relived their final moments, each revealing a fragment of the tragic tale that bound them to the earthly plane. The malevolent force that had ensnared Eleanor's spirit sought to maintain its hold, unleashing spectral entities to thwart Emily's progress. In a climactic confrontation within the heart of Blackthorn Manor, Emily faced the malevolent force that had cast its shadow over the Sinclair family. The entity, born from Reginald Sinclair's guilt and the anguish of Eleanor's untimely demise, fought fiercely to protect its secrets. Yet, Emily's determination and connection with the spirits prevailed. As the entity dissipated into the spectral mist, Blackthorn Manor seemed to sigh with relief. The air lightened, and the once haunting whispers transformed into melodic echoes of gratitude. Eleanor's spirit appeared before Emily, her ethereal form bathed in a soft glow. "Thank you," Eleanor whispered, her voice carrying a sense of liberation. "I can finally find peace." With those words, Eleanor's spirit ascended, leaving behind a lingering warmth that dispelled the darkness that had clung to Blackthorn Manor for decades. The grandeur of the mansion, once lost to time, began to return as if awakened from a long slumber. As dawn broke, Emily stood before the restored Blackthorn Manor, her gaze lingering on the now serene windows. The echoes of the past had been silenced, and the shadows that haunted the manor had dissipated. The once forgotten spirits had found release, and the tale of Blackthorn Manor had come full circle. Emily Thornton, the relentless investigator, walked away from Blackthorn Manor with a sense of accomplishment and a newfound respect for the thin veil that separated the living from the dead. The story of the Sinclair family, once a tragic tale of deception and loss, had transformed into a narrative of redemption and closure. Yet, as she looked back one last time, Emily couldn't shake the feeling that the spirits of Blackthorn Manor, though now at peace, would forever linger in the recesses of her memory. The shadows of the forgotten had become a part of her, a reminder that the line between the living and the dead was often blurred, and the stories of the departed could never truly be erased. The moon hung low in the inky sky, casting an eerie glow upon the dilapidated mansion that stood at the edge of Ravenwood Forest. Wrought iron gates creaked open with reluctance as they welcomed Lucy Harper, an intrepid paranormal investigator renowned for her ability to commune with the spirits of the departed. She had been summoned to the mansion by an anonymous letter, a plea for help that spoke of a restless soul and a long-buried secret. As Lucy entered the grand foyer, her steps echoed through the hollow halls. Dust-covered chandeliers dangled precariously from the ceiling, and the once lustrous marble floors were now cracked and worn. A chill ran down Lucy's spine, as if unseen eyes watched her every move. Ignoring the unsettling feeling, she advanced further into the mansion, guided only by the flickering light of her lantern. Her destination was the heart of the mansion, a forgotten room tucked away in a far corner. The letter spoke of a tragedy that had occurred within those walls, a tale of love and betrayal that had left a soul in anguish. The door to the room groaned as Lucy pushed it open, revealing a space that seemed frozen in time. The air inside was heavy with the scent of aged wood and melancholy. A grand four-poster bed dominated the room, its once opulent canopy now tattered and moth-eaten. Faded wallpaper peeled away, revealing the remnants of a delicate floral pattern. Lucy's gaze was drawn to a portrait on the wall, an image of a young woman with hauntingly sad eyes. Determined to unravel the mystery that lingered in the air, Lucy set up her equipment, positioning cameras and recorders strategically around the room. As she began her ritualistic attempt to communicate with the spirit world, an ethereal presence filled the room, sending a shiver down her spine. "Help me," a faint whisper echoed, the voice carrying a sorrowful plea. Lucy spoke softly, her words a bridge between the living and the dead. "I am here to help. What happened to you?" The room seemed to come alive with energy as the spirit began to recount its tragic tale. The young woman in the portrait was Eleanor Ashcroft, daughter of the mansion's former owners. She had fallen in love with a servant, William, and their secret affair had blossomed within the hidden confines of the mansion. However, their love was not meant to be. Eleanor's parents discovered their clandestine relationship, and in a fit of rage, they forbade the lovers from seeing each other again. Desperate and heartbroken, Eleanor and William devised a plan to elope, to escape the stifling confines of Ravenwood Manor. But their plan went awry, and on the night they were to flee, Eleanor met a tragic end. The spirit's recounting of the events left Lucy with a heavy heart. Eleanor's love for William had transcended societal boundaries, leading to a fate that left her soul trapped between the realms of the living and the dead. Lucy vowed to uncover the truth and provide the closure that Eleanor's spirit so desperately sought. As the investigation progressed, Lucy delved into the history of the Ashcroft family, uncovering a web of secrets and lies that had long been buried. Eleanor's parents, driven by societal expectations and a desire for status, had orchestrated her demise to protect the family's reputation. The truth sent shivers down Lucy's spine, for she now understood the depth of the pain that bound Eleanor's spirit to Ravenwood Manor. In her quest for answers, Lucy encountered other entities within the mansion, echoes of the past that bore witness to Eleanor's tragic end. These spirits, trapped in a perpetual loop of their final moments, provided glimpses into the night that forever changed the fate of the Ashcroft family. One particularly chilling apparition was that of William, the ill-fated lover. Lucy witnessed his spectral figure wandering the halls, his eyes eternally searching for his lost love. As their eyes met across the veil of the supernatural, Lucy felt a connection that transcended the boundaries of time and death. Guided by the collective energy of the spirits, Lucy delved deeper into the heart of the mystery. She discovered a hidden passage beneath the mansion, a forgotten tunnel that led to a secluded garden where Eleanor and William had planned to begin their new life together. The passage bore witness to their desperate escape attempt and the tragic twist of fate that had left Eleanor lifeless. As Lucy stood in the garden, the air heavy with the weight of the past, she felt the presence of Eleanor's spirit beside her. The ghostly figure of the young woman appeared, her eyes reflecting both sorrow and gratitude. "You've uncovered the truth," Eleanor whispered, her voice carried by the wind. "Help me find peace." Determined to fulfill her promise, Lucy embarked on a spiritual journey to release Eleanor's soul from the shackles of Ravenwood Manor. Guided by the whispers of the silent passage, she performed a ritual to break the bonds that held the lingering spirits captive. As the incantation reached its crescendo, the atmosphere in the mansion shifted. A soft glow enveloped the room, and the spirits that had been trapped within the echoes of the past began to ascend, their ethereal forms dissipating like mist in the morning sun. Eleanor and William stood together one last time, their spirits intertwined as they embraced the release that Lucy had provided. The mansion, once cloaked in the shadows of tragedy, seemed to sigh with relief as the spirits departed, leaving behind a sense of peace that hadn't graced Ravenwood Manor in decades. As Lucy emerged from the silent passage, the first rays of dawn painted the horizon. The mansion, once a melancholic relic of the past, now stood with an air of serenity. Lucy felt a profound connection to the spirits she had encountered, their stories etched into the fabric of her being. The whispers of the silent passage had faded, replaced by the gentle rustling of leaves in the morning breeze. Lucy Harper, the conduit between the living and the dead, walked away from Ravenwood Manor with a sense of closure. The dead had found their peace, and the secrets that had haunted the mansion were finally laid to rest. Yet, as Lucy cast a final glance over her shoulder, she couldn't shake the feeling that the spirits of Eleanor and William lingered in the periphery, watching over the mansion they once called home. The silent passage had closed, but the echoes of the past had become a part of Lucy's own story, a tale of redemption, love, and the enduring connection between the living and the dead.